Welcome to G3, Games, Gadgets, and Guests, an audio and video podcast from 702 Communications. I'm your host, Brian CROMMETT. I've got a guest sitting next to me today, so you can infer that we do indeed have a guest episode. Joining me for the second time on the podcast is the lovely and talented Annie Wood. Annie, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Brian. That's why I always love coming to visit you. You're so complimentary.
It's easy to be complimentary, and that's the end of the love fest, guys, right there. So today, Annie, I've got you coming in. We're going to talk about TEDxFargo.
Indeed. Yeah, I'm really excited for TEDxFargo this year.
So that's coming up in just over a month. It's July 27th this year at the Fargo Civic.
Correct.
So and though it's been going on for a couple of years now, there may still be people out there who don't know what TEDx is. So why don't you give us just a quick elevator pitch about what is TEDx?
Sure. So TEDx is a program of the TED headquarters. So TED stands for Technology, Entertainment, and Design. It was started as basically an ideas festival, a place for people with ideas to bring them, to share them, to help move those ideas forward, to kind of improve the lives of people. And so as TEDx was born, they said there are people in communities who want to have these TED-like events. How can we make that happen? So we've had TEDxFargo going on since 2012. And for us, it has become a yearly annual festival, a gathering of our community and a celebration of ideas.
And it's gotten, you guys have improved it every year. You've made it a little different every year. Talk to us just a little bit about the history of and the evolution of the TEDxFargo.
Sure. So, as I mentioned, we started in 2012 with a 100-person event at Etche Art Gallery. And so the folks who originally got it off the ground are folks like Greg Tavine and Dr. Sue Matheson, Dr. David Flowers was involved. And so that very first event was just an experiment. Can we make this happen in our community? And the resounding yes was heard around the world. And so they actually hosted 2 more events that same year. And so then from there began to grow TEDxFargo beyond 100 people, moved it to the Fargo Theater in 2013, hosted it for a couple of years there of kind of 600 to 800 person crowds. Then in 2015, our team really committed to saying, if we're going to change our city with ideas, we need to get more people in the room.
Make it big.
Yes, exactly. The bigger the better, I think is the phrase.
Yep.
And so we moved it to Fargo Civic Center in 2015, grew the crowd over 1,500 and have been kind of continually growing by a couple hundred each year. So we've already got over 1,000 people committed to showing up at TEDxFargo on July 27th with us this year.
Awesome. So it's great to see all the ideas that you guys are bringing in and to hear all of the speakers and that's been fun in the last couple of years. So will you talk just a little bit about how it has evolved? What's new for 2017 TEDx?
New in 2017. So we're going to continue to focus on creating a world-class attendee experience. So making sure that we're bringing in local coffee and local chefs, but I think we've got some fun things up our sleeves that you'll see. And TEDxFargo has set out the big goal, and we realize it's a big, pretty lofty goal, but we want to be the TEDx event in the world best known for activating ideas in our community. I think a lot of people give TED and TEDx a hard time for saying, hey, you bring all these ideas to life, but then what? And so this year we've been really trying to work on that and then what piece. So the day of TEDxFargo is going to be wonderful and amazing. You'll see a variety of different experiences. We've got some speakers who are coming back to share and be part of an experience to share their ideas in action. And we've also got some watch parties and things like that planned for afterwards. This year we've got some pre-meetings that some of our speakers are doing. They're spending more time and investing in our community with their idea to help seed that and plant it and hopefully help our community grow that idea into impact.
Cool. So speaker lineup. You got any favorites? Anybody you're really looking forward to? I mean, you've got a lot of speakers, right? How many speakers do you have lined
25 speakers.
25. And of course, they're all going to be good. They're all going to have excellent ideas. And everybody's worth seeing.
Yes.
Do you have any that you're especially looking forward to seeing?
Okay, I'm a total fangirl of Melody Warnick. So she wrote a book called This Is Where You Belong, The Art and Science of Learning to Love Where You Live. And I read it last year, and then I got to meet her, so I totally brought my book along and had her sign it, because I am a fangirl.
As a fangirl.
100%. Gotta do it, right?
Yep.
And then we invited her to speak at TEDxFargo this year, and so she agreed, which I was nervously awaiting her answer, and so excited when she said yes. And so I'm really excited to hear from Melody some ideas and some strategies for people who are trying to figure out, hey, where do I fit in my community? How do I learn to love it? How do I make sure that I'm helping create a community that I'm excited to be part of? So we've got her leading an adventure in the morning. In her book, she talks about some different experiments she did in trying to learn to love her city. So we've got her leading a couple of those, and then she's doing some meetings as well in Fargo while she's here.
Okay.
Another one I'm pretty excited about, his name is Mert Esseri. So he's originally from Turkey and is now living in Chicago in the U.S.
Okay.
And he's way smarter than me, like way smarter than me. And he's developed a really interesting medical device that I think our medical community is going to be really excited about. I don't understand how it works. Like I said, way smarter than me. But he's going to share his idea, really break it down into understandable for people like me who are not in the medical world to understand how are these medical devices changing the way that people receive medicine and the way that we're able to understand how our hospitals are working, things like that. So I think his idea is going to help impact the world in a really cool way.
Interested to find out what that is. That was a super teaser. It's a something that's going to change things, but that's all we get.
Gotta go to TEDxFargo and find out.
So you've got some cool, professional type speakers, but you've also opened it up this year, and you've got a couple high school speakers.
We do, yes.
Talk about that.
We hosted a couple different open calls to our community for ideas. One of them that we did last fall, specifically around some student council activities that were happening, we found a gal named Bridget, and she actually has her idea already in action. So she's working to help create new access to feminine hygiene products for women and girls who are underserved in other ways. And so she's also then bringing in some different empowerment opportunities and some different coaching and mentoring. So she's a senior this year at Moorhead High School, and we're really excited to have her. She's been so great to work with. She's so passionate about her idea, and I look back and like, what was I doing at 18? And
not speaking at TEDx.
No, I definitely was not, and I'm old enough where TEDx didn't exist when I was 18. So do the math.
Wasn't going to bring it up.
The other high school student that we have who's going to share with us is a West Fargo student, and her name's Natasha. And we actually found her at our full-blown open call that we held this spring, where we had more than 40 people come and share 90 seconds of an idea. And we know that there's great ideas in our community, and our curation team is always looking for ideas that can help create new possibilities, or that can help solve challenges and problems that we see our region facing. And so Natasha really spoke to this idea of diversity and inclusion as our world is changing. And so she's a Muslim American woman, and she's actually got a project going to help Muslim American women in our community connect to each other, begin to really figure out how do they, as a community, want to kind of change the perception of them in our country. So really interesting work that she's been doing as a high school student, and really powerful things that are coming out of West Fargo.
Well, it should be cool to hear. So do you guys, with high school students speaking and with a wide range of ages and professions and everybody speaking, do you have a specific demographic you're targeting for TEDx, or should everybody come?
Well, obviously I'm biased. I think everybody should come because I get excited about TEDxFargo. And what I love about it is the breadth of different ideas. So you get everything from, Sister Mary Thomas, who was formerly of the University of Mary, and she's coming to talk about city and civic engagement, and she's well into her 80s. And we've got high school students who are talking. We've got people who are talking from the media. If there are any Bison fans out there, you might know Anish Shroff from ESPN. He's coming to give a talk on what does it mean to be in the media today. And we've got a former NDSU doctoral student. His name's Dr. Michael Burns. He's coming back to talk about what should we be doing with our research in academics so it doesn't just stay there. And so folks, everything from business and education, hard sciences and soft sciences, I think can find something at TEDxFargo. What I always like to say is it's a day for stretching your brain. You might not resonate with every single talk, but I hope that there's at least one in each session that people can walk away with and say, hey, that made me think differently, or that's something I never knew before. And what's fun is that when you hear a multitude of ideas, it begins to make new connections in your brain of ideas that connect to this idea, and something you never considered before might inform a new idea or new decision in your own life.
Well, and I think it's a really cool idea that you're going to be taking all of these ideas that everybody are hearing, and then you're going to try to also move them forward in the community, more so than you have in the past. So I think that's a great initiative as well. Yeah,
and we have some ideas that are good examples of things that have already happened. So Kayla Delzer, she's a teacher in our area who is going to actually show us the classroom of the future. So 2 years ago, she actually shared at TEDxFargo in 2015, and has since actually given more than 50 keynotes, was recently out at Twitter headquarters,
really?
sharing sharing with their team how she's using social media to engage her students who are in elementary school. And so we also have folks like Todd Bowl, the founder of Little Free Library, who came to speak at TEDxFargo a number of years ago. We got him to do some things to help seed some Little Free Libraries in our community, plant them in neighborhoods that were underserved, and now you see them popping up all over. So, you know, it's those types of things where we say, those things happened organically. How can we be more intentional about them this year that we're excited about?
Sure. Cool. So are you guys still looking for volunteers or partners? Or
Absolutely. The community is really what makes TEDxFargo happen. I get the pleasure of working with the TEDxFargo team. So there's more than 20 people who've been working on this since last August to pull together all the pieces and to work with the speakers. And so we also need people.
It's a lot of work.
Yes, just a little. I have so much free time, Brian. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Twiddling your thumbs.
Yeah, I'm just waiting. But actually, you know, it really is a community-driven event. We couldn't pull off TEDxFargo without the help of people who were there on the day of to do the less glamorous jobs, like setting up all the tables and chairs for lunch, and making sure that our attendees get their name badges as they register. So we're so grateful. Folks like Bell Bank really help us out as they, Julie Peterson-Klein and her team help just coordinate all the day of volunteers. So if you're interested in volunteering, we got a volunteer form on TEDxFargo.com.
Okay.
Hit the Get Involved button, and there's a form you'll fill out and go straight to Julie and her team, and they will learn from you how you want to help and how you can help and get you squared away.
Perfect. And if you just want to come and enjoy the event, tickets are on sale right now.
Yes, tickets are on sale
and
right
until
now.
the day of the event, or?
Yeah, we'd love for you to register now so that I can sleep at night knowing that you're coming and get really excited that you'll be there, and who knows, maybe I'll turn into a fangirl for you, just like I have for Melody.
She might.
It's true. But yeah, we do have tickets on sale up through July 26th. The event is July 27th.
Yep.
And so if you are interested in joining us at TEDxFargo, TEDxFargo.com is a great place to get your ticket. And since you're a friend of Brian's because you're watching the podcast, I'll give you a special 25% off code. And I don't give this to everybody, Brian.
She doesn't.
I don't. So TEDxFriend is the discount code to use for 25% off your general admission ticket.
You heard it here. I want to see a lot of those TEDxFriend promo codes come in to Annie so she can see
because I'll know
just
they're
how
Brian's
many
friends.
So that would be awesome. I appreciate that. I think that's great. It's a great way to reach out and to make it more available to more people too. So again, TEDxFargo, July 27th, Fargo Civic Center. They can get their tickets online, not the day of.
I would love it if you would register early.
Don't do it the day of. Register.
It just, then we know we can take care of you. We can plan for you that you're coming to join us. The morning of is more difficult just because we're getting registered, getting the name badges handed out to all the people who pre-registered. So we can always take you. Don't tell anyone on my registration team that I said that. So make them happy, make me happy. Register today. Why wait?
Block off your calendar right now. Just block off your calendar.
I ordered up beautiful weather. It's going to be great.
Perfect. Well, I'm looking forward to the event. I know that there's several people at 702 who are looking forward to the event. So we hope that we can have the biggest TEDxFargo event so far.
I hope so too. It's looking that way.
And look forward to hearing all the speakers. So Annie, thank you very much for coming by and talking about TEDx.
Always happy to talk about TEDx, and always excited to get to see you, Brian. Thanks so much.
You bet. Best of luck in the event.
Thanks.
And that's it. Hope you enjoyed talking or my talk with Annie here about TEDxFargo. And remember again that's July 27th here at the Fargo Civic. Get your tickets online, TEDxFargo.com. Until next time, I'm Brian CROMMETT. This is G3. Game on.